Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I am Chris and I have lost 32 pounds in 8 weeks. I'm currently on Zepbound 2.5 for my 8th week. And in 2 days, on Thursday, I'll be titrating up to 5, which I'm excited and also very nervous about. I am not a doctor, and this is purely sharing how this journey has affected me and how this drug is affecting me. I get such inspiration from watching others who are on this same journey. And honestly, I just love the information I get from real people more than anything. So I also find it fascinating how this class of drugs affects people so differently. And I want to kind of touch on that today. Reading comments from people, some people are like, I've been on it a year and I haven't lost a pound, or it's amazing the different way. And there are several different drugs. There's Ozempic and Wegovy, which are some semaglutides, and then the new Zepbound and Mounjaro, which have an additional weight loss. They're specifically for weight loss, not for just people that have diabetes. And also, I believe with the sleep apnea, if you have severe sleep apnea, I believe it's just been approved for that as well, which is very interesting because my youngest daughter has terrible sleep apnea and uses a CPAP machine. So I just want to kind of take a little dive into that. So let's start with, there is not one right way to lose weight. There is one right way for you to lose weight, which is going to look different from everybody else's. This is a kind of our differences. We all have differences, but they bring us together. I can't think of the actual term, but embrace your differences. This is like kind of pointing out all the differences on these drugs. And I got some comments on one of my videos that were, forget the shot, just do low carb, high fat. I see people say, just don't eat sweets, just have willpower, just don't eat carbs, just do keto. Everybody has their way of doing things. And I don't want this channel to be, hey, do it this way. I want this channel to be, this is what I'm doing, and this is the only thing that has worked for me. And I want to share it with the world because I have been so thrilled the first 8 weeks with what's happening. So my job, I feel, with this is to help some of you get encouraged to get healthy and to feel better, and to not be discouraged that your journey is a little bit different than everyone else's, because how boring would it be if we were all the same? Yeah, my mom always said that, and I agree with that. I'm also here to try to help some of you learn how to be a little more aware and mindful when you're being helpful to people, telling them to just do this or do that, when you don't know what someone else is going through, or what their particular challenges are, or what their medical challenges are, or any of that, unless they start a YouTube and share with you all of those issues, which then you kind of open yourself up to comments, which is fine. I encourage them. I would just say, maybe put it in terms like, well, gosh, this worked for me. I had great success doing low carb. It's people just don't respond well to being told just do this or just do that. At any rate, so some thoughts that I've had in this stream of consciousness that I'm going to have for a few more minutes. First one is, everybody reacts differently to this medicine. Every single person. This is fascinating to me, and why I love listening to others and their journeys. And some people continue eating like they used to. Some people change their diet completely. Some have tried every diet on the planet, which is me. I feel like Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Beverly Hills diet that made you have sores on your tongue because you ate pineapple for 3 days. Keto, Sonoma diet, Scarsdale Medical. Those are just a few of my favorites. And a whole host of others. Drop in the comments below if there's one that I forget. I feel like there's a big one that I'm forgetting. So Some of those worked a little, some of them worked temporarily, some worked when I was younger. But here's the thing. I am a 58-year-old grandmother of 4. And now things that worked when I was 30 don't work the same when I'm trying to get to a healthier weight. Menopause, stress, inflammation, depression, spine problems, neck problems, the list goes on. The reason I started this channel is because I have had mostly positive success with this and I want to share it. I'm excited. And if it is something that you discuss with your doctor and you want to do, if you had talked to me 3 months ago, I would have said, oh no, I would never, don't do that. Don't inject yourself with something. I hate prescriptions. I hate, I hate pharmaceutical, I hate drugs. I try to do everything holistically. And this is contrary to everything that, much of my life has been about. So it's very interesting to me. Part of what intrigued me is seeing so many of my friends lose weight more effortlessly than before. And my daughter has lost 66 pounds and is still going and was feeling pretty good for most of it. I did a ton of research, and watching my friends has been instrumental in me, debating whether to do this or not. And so, if it would be so easy as just eat low carb, high fat, I would have lost weight. There are so many factors that affect every person that it's not that simple. And for skinny people, some of them have hyperthyroid, some have faster metabolism. Some of them don't like eating. My grandfather didn't like food, thought it was boring to eat. Cool. You would never have a weight problem if that were the case. Personally, I feel for me, inflammation and pain that resulted from that and menopause were the biggest, huge obstacles for me recently. And I can tell you this drug has reduced my inflammation, even though I haven't had follow-up blood work since I started this. I am excited to get them done. I'll be getting them done at the end of the summer. But for me, the inflammation factor has been huge, instrumental. I'm sure of it. And I think about it, and I think like the chicken or the egg, which came first? Did I start having inflammation and slow down and then get depression and then gain a bunch of weight? Or did I get depressed and slow down and not feel like working out and then get inflammation? It doesn't really matter, but inflammation for me, I noticed in maybe week 3, I was like, wow, my inflammation is not, I don't get up like I'm 100 years old. I am having an easier time walking up and down the stairs. And that was prior to a substantial 32 pounds is not that substantial, but it makes me very happy. But it was prior to losing, I think I had lost maybe 10 pounds when I was noticing the stairs being easier and the aches and pains not being so bad. It was pretty quickly when I started doing this. So it's interesting. And there are all kinds of studies on inflammation, the effect that this has on inflammation coming out. And if I can find them, I'll link them below in the comments. So anyways, let's see. It continues to be chicken and the egg for me. Like, do I feel better now because I have been eating a lot of chicken and broth and salads because I was afraid when I started to eat anything, listening to other people's stories about getting inconvenient diarrhea. Not that it's ever convenient, but it's really inconvenient if you're out, or throwing up, which I hate, or, any of the other side effects. So I was like, I'm going to eat organic broiled chicken and bone broth and vegetables and very light on the dressing. And so I've been tiptoeing into eating like a bite of cake here or something there. What really helped me with the shot is that the difference in diets before is that I am not hungry. And that is a first ever. It turned off my on switch. And I cannot even describe how much of a miracle that is for me. I love cooking. I love the art of cooking. And it has not impeded that. I still love cooking, but I'm satisfied with a few bites, 1 bite or 2 bites. And so that's been a huge game changer. The second thing, portion control is important to me. And this shot is like, they call alcohol liquid courage. It's like portion control in a shot. It makes me not want to eat unhealthy amounts of food. So, and the fear of being sick if I do eat unhealthy food has kept me from doing it. So, the third thing that I've done in conjunction with starting this is front loading protein and doing the right things, like eating, trying to eat protein in whole foods, not just drinking it in protein drinks. And I'm taking collagen, lifting weights, and walking, which I was lifting weights and walking, probably not as much as I should have. And I have been taking collagen for 6 months. I think those have all helped too in this whole big puzzle of why it's working now and why it has never worked before. So I also, what I am happy with is I still do enjoy food, different things. I read. I don't enjoy food anymore. I went off it because I don't enjoy food. My experience has been that I still love food. And we went to Disney World last week and went around Epcot, and there was an international flower show and they had delicious foods. And I still enjoyed taking little bites of things. And I didn't have any ill effects from like mystery foods that I had a hard time tracking because I didn't know what was in them. Like the appetizers, the pulled pork on polenta with something else yummy in it. And I thought, oh, if anything's going to get me, this is going to get me, but it didn't. But again, very minimal amounts of bites on those. So I feel very fortunate to possibly be a super responder. But I still think this drug can help people that are not. Super responder, you lose weight pretty quickly. And I've done it pretty quickly and had, 3 or 4 or 5 pounds a week after that, which I'm super happy with. I know I have a friend who just had her gallbladder removed. That's terrifying. That scares me. But you know what also scares me is having excess weight. So I am really of the mind that losing the weight is healthier, and I'm doing it in the most healthy way that I can. There is nothing wrong with 1 to 2 pounds a week of weight loss. That's the way it should be done. So your hair doesn't fall out. I worry about hair loss, and I'm using Shapiro hair shampoo and conditioner, which I was also using that before I went on this because my hair was thinning. I noticed in the last 8 months, and that wasn't due to weight loss. That was because I've been doing this for 8 weeks. So I have been doing that for a while. So I feel good that I have that and the collagen going when taking this, because some of the side effects are hair loss. I don't want that. I guess if you're a man, it's fine. That's pretty in style. So anyways, I am going to keep doing this the way I'm doing it. And I appreciate people's feedback. I just like to frame it in, hey, this is my experience, not, just do this or just do that. Because anybody who's been on a diet has just done a lot of things that haven't worked out for them. And I feel that being at a healthy weight is so important as I am entering my 60s in a little over a year. I wanted to keep up with 3 of my 4 grandkids that went with me to Disney, and that won't happen if I'm lugging around an extra 100 pounds. So that's my journey. Your reasons will look totally different. But I want to share the positive things that are happening. And I will share the negative, which I'm really worried about on Thursday. I'm hoping I have nothing negative to share when I go up to 5 milligrams. But I think what we all share, if you're following any type of a health channel, is we are unified in wanting to feel good. Some people might just want to look good. I want to feel good first and look good 10th. But I want to be as mobile as possible. I want to take care of the one body that I have. I want to have friends around the globe who are searching to do the same thing, because I know there's a lot of us. So if that's you, hit like and subscribe so we can keep in touch. And I am going to try to post twice a week. Once a week I do my weigh-in, which used to be on Fridays, but I moved it up to Thursday, and I say how much I've lost, what strength I'm on, where I'm injecting, any challenges or things that were good from the week before. And so I hope that you decide to come along on the journey. I want to be encouraging when you feel down. I know it's hard and the road is long, but there is so much help that is out there that didn't used to exist, just a few years ago. It's amazing. We live in an amazing time. And YouTube is a great place to get real feedback from others in your same boat. So I encourage you to follow, listen to what all the other people have to say. It's fascinating. And I hope that my videos will help give you some hope and understanding about some of these newfangled products that are on the market and how they can work for some people. And hopefully they work for you too, or you can get some helpful information out of, the recipes or whatever. But hang in there, and I hope you all had a good week, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.